Hey, what's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be doing an Infernoid deck profile. So this is actually one of my favorite decks of all time. It's a really, really awesome deck, and I really love the artwork of these cards. When this deck first came out, I was like, yeah, I'm going to build this. This deck is super, super fun and really, really awesome to be able to just banish all sorts of stuff directly from the deck and be able to play all these cards. And plus, Lair of Darkness has made this deck really, really awesome. Don't ask me how I just did that. I don't know how I did that. That was awesome. Being able to just go directly to Darkest Diabolos. That's super, super cool. So, without further ado, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell in there so you can come part of our notification squad, and let's get straight on into this. So, this deck is like Chaos Dragons 2.0. Being able to banish cards from your graveyard to be able to special summon these Infernoids is really awesome. So, we're going to be playing 2 copies of Infernoid Anunku. So I play double Anunku in my build. I feel like double Anunku is needed along with double Deviati. The only thing that you have to keep in mind with all of your Infernoids is they share the ability that they cannot be normal summoned or set. They must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 3 or more Infernoid monsters from your hand or graveyard. And then while the total level and ranks of all effect monsters you control are 8 or lower. So you cannot special summon these 2 unless they're 8 or lower. None of them can be special summoned unless the level or rank on the field is 8 or lower, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, it's not that big of a deal because you play cards in the deck like Void Imagination that makes them level 2s. So it's not that bad to get them down to lower levels. The other effects that these 2 share, that's why I laid them down like this so you guys could see these 2, because these are the 2 big boss monsters of the main deck, is when this card is special summoned, you either destroy all monsters or destroy all spell and traps on the field, and then during either player's turn when another monster effect is activated, you contribute 1 monster to negate the activation if you do destroy it, and this one is the opposite. This one spells and traps, this one's monsters that they destroy and negate, which is really cool, and I really love that effect about these 2. Then we play 1 copy of the level 8 Infernoid and 1 copy of the level 7, which is Semestus. You play these guys in the deck. Basically, they're here just to special summon out really easily, and they're big boss monsters as well. Basically, this one's a little bit better. Once per turn during your either player's turn, you can treat 1 monster, then target a card on your opponent's graveyard and banish it. Both of them share that ability. This can make a second attack, and this one banishes a card after it battles, which is really, really easy to do and really helpful. Then I play 1 copy of Sajet. This is my Infernoid or my Void Feast target that I really do with 2 copies of Decatron if I have the ability to. It really is beneficial to be able to go into Sajet. I've always had a big faith in Sajet. I love this card. It's really, really a good card, and I really think that more people should play this card. I played as many as 3 in my previous build because I liked the ability that when it battles, you can banish a card from your opponent's extra deck, which is really cool because you can hit that 1 combo piece, and they're like, well, I don't have anything anymore, so you kind of just mess them all up. Then I play 1 copy of Petrulia. Petrulia is really good just as a 1 card MST. It's a good level 4 to play, and it also combos well with Void Feast. Then I play 2 copies of Harmonic. Harmonic is good because you can pop monsters with this card, but it can't attack the turn you do that. So you can just pop a monster and then link it away, which can really be helpful to the deck. Triple Decatron. Decatron is the best one. Basically, Decatron is when it's summoned, you Foolish Burial any Infernoid, and it's a tuner as well, and then it gains the level of the Infernoid you sent to the graveyard, and it also gains that monster's original monster replaces this card's effect. So, like, for instance, it could take any of their effects, and on top of that, it becomes their level +1, and it becomes a tuner monster. It's already a tuner monster. So it's really beneficial, and it's a really good card. It's a Void Feast target. You're always going to want to go, if you have it in deck still, is the 1 Sajet and double Decatron combo, where you can put them on field really easily. And then there's a quick combo that I'll show you at the end of the video, where you can make this really busted board that I'll show you at the end. So then we're going to be playing for the Lair of Darkness engine. We're going to be playing 1 copy of Darkest Diabolos, triple Arima. Basically, this is here for the special summoning, easily special summoning of Darkest Diabolos, and the Arimas are here to discard to add Lair of Darkness from your deck to your hand. Triple Lith, Lady of Lament. Lady of Lament basically is here to search our trap cards, which I play 8 of them win this deck, which is more than the average Infernoid deck, which I will show you at the end again, which is going to be really cool. My tech card that I'm going to be playing at the end that I'll show you guys, and then we're going to be playing Guess That Card at the end, which is going to totally devastate a lot of decks. And then 1 copy of Morphing Jar. I like the 1 Morphing Jar. It's a little slow. You could drop it if you want to drop it. But it does ditch your hand, which can really help you get rid of your Infernoids from your hand. And then draw 5 cards, which can benefit you and your opponent, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, it's really interesting to just set this, because you're going to be special summoning all of these, except for Decatron and these. So you're going to only have really 10 normal summons in the whole deck. Everything has special summons itself. But if you brick it all, which I never really brick in this deck, you have the Morphing Jar to just set, and then flip, and then ditch your whole hand. And if your opponent searches their combo pieces, and you flip this, they're just all sorts of screwed. So that's it for the main deck monsters, guys. Let's get into the spells. So for the spells, we're going to be playing 1 copy of Card Destruction. Card Destruction is another one of those cards that you can discard your Infernoids and just get them out of your hand to get your cards as you need them. 1 copy of Reasoning, because they're all different levels, and you cannot special summon any of them, so they all just get sent to the graveyard until you hit one of your Lair of Darkness monsters, or a Decatron, or Morphing Jar with Reasoning. You need triple copies of Lair of Darkness. Lair of Darkness makes all monsters on the field dark, which is key. And then once per turn, if you tribute a monster, you can tribute one of your opponent's monsters, which is pretty cool. I love that ability. It's really important. Keep that in mind. That might tip you off on something. And then you basically, for the turn player that tributes monsters, like if I tribute cards on your turn, then you get tokens. If monsters are tributed on my turn, I get tokens, up to the number of monsters that were tributed. Then we play triple Void Imagination. Void Imagination reduces all Infernoid monsters to level 2. All that are level 2 and higher become level 1, which is really cool. And all battle damage inflicted by them is halved, which sucks. But you can send this card to the graveyard and then fusion summon an Infernoid monster, which is our Infernoid fusion monster that we're going to be summoning with this. And then if your opponent controls a monster that was special summoned from the extra deck, you can use 6 monsters from your deck as material as well, because you want to be able to put at least, and I mean at least, 5 into this to send the top 3 cards of their deck to the graveyard. If you can put 10 into it, it's really amazing, and it's not hard to put 10 into it, but you can put 10 into it. You just have to have like a useless one on the field and 3 in the hand, and it's really easy to go off with. And then for the last 3 spells, we're going to be playing 3 copies of Void Vanishment. The rest of it is trap cards that we're going to be playing in the deck. And Void Vanishment basically just searches Void Spell and trap cards, which is really cool. And then you can also, if an Inferno monster you control battles, you can send this card to the graveyard to banish the opponent's monster and the Inferno monster. So if your opponent attacks into Decatron, you can banish the Decatron in this, and then stop the opponent, and banish the opponent's monster as well, which is really important because it does not target. So it really kind of hinders your opponent from attacking into your Decatron, because if you know it's going to be destroyed, you just banish this, you send this to grave, and then banish your monster and banish yours. So that's it for the spells. Let's get into the traps. So for the traps, we're going to be playing 2 copies of Trap Trick. Trap Trick searches our other 6 traps, which is really, really cool. You banish a normal trap from your deck, and then you get to set 1 card with the same name directly from your deck, but you cannot activate any other traps except for 1 for the rest of the turn. The next card is our Tech card, which we're going to be playing 3 of in this deck, which is totally amazing in this deck, and I don't know why more people are not playing this in the deck. So I'm going to flip this card in 3, 2, comment down below and tell me what it is. So before I flip it, definitely pause the video, comment down below, tell me what this card is, and we're going to flip it in 3, 2, 1. So here we go. Guess what it is, guys? So it is 3 copies of Eradicator Epidemic Virus. So the reason you play this is if you're playing against anything that plays spell heavy, you flip this and you win the game. You instantly win the game. You can also check your opponent's hand, check their set cards, and you get to see everything else that they draw for the next 3 turns, which is amazing. And plus I have them in all 3 different editions, which is Super, Ultra, and Secret, which is super amazing to be able to do. This card is absolutely crazy. Being able to play it as a 3 of in this deck is just nuts. And it's such a good card to be able to just flip face up and tribute one of their monsters that has more than 2,500 attack and do all that crazy stuff with being able to call either spells and traps and destroy them all and send them all to the graveyard for the next 3 turns. Then 3 copies of Void Feast. Void Feast is the combo piece that I'm going to show you about at the end of the video that lets you get an insane board. But basically, you can send a Void Spell or Trap card from your hand or face up from your field to the grave, and then special summon up to 3 Infernoid monsters from your deck whose original level are 8 total, ignoring their summoning conditions. So basically, you summon 1 Sajet, 2 Decatrons, and that's the big thing that you're always going to do. So that's it for the main deck, guys. Let's get into the extra deck. The extra deck will go really fast. So for the extra deck, we're going to be playing 1 copy of the Fusion Infernoid because of Void Imagination, 3 copies of Elder Instinct, which I love saying that name, it's so great. So, Nist is basically, when it's sent to the graveyard, you get to target a card on the field and destroy it, and this card, when it's used with 3 materials, each player sends 3 cards from their extra deck to the graveyard, so you send all 3 of these to the grave and pop 3 cards on the field. 1 Hope Harboring Dragon Titanic Galaxy. It's not really that hard to go into this. Basically, all you have to do is go into Antidel, which is the level 8 Infernoid, and then 1 copy of... oh my god, what's his name? Darkest Diabolos. So it's really easy to go into this card, and it's a good 1 of in the deck. 1 copy of Boral Sword, just for OTK purposes. Mech Knight Crusadia Avermax, which is really, really cool to go into. And speaking of Crusadias, we're going to be playing 1 copy of Crusadia Equalmax, and you guys are going to go, what? He's playing that? How do you get that out? How do you do that? Well, that's a part of the combo that I'm going to show you guys at the end of the video. 1 copy of Topologic Trisbania. Basically, this just banishes more spells and traps. This deck hates spells and traps. 1 copy of Fire Charmer Ablaze. You need 1 of, because if you don't have Lair of Darkness, you have this. 1 Akashic Magician. This is another card that's comboed in with the combo. 1 copy of Nightmare Phoenix and 1 copy of Nightmare Cerberus. These are just pop monsters and traps, or monsters in back row. 1 copy of Linkuriboh, just in case your opponent hits your Decatron and negates the effect. You have Linkuriboh as an option. And then Cyframe Lord Omega, because you can send it to graveyard with the Infernoid Fusion to get cards back from Banish. So that's another option there. So that's it for the deck, guys. Let me show you this quick combo that's really, really easy that you can do with this deck. So basically what you do is you have Void Feast set, and then you activate Void Feast. That's all you have to do. Once you do, you special summon out your 2 Decatrons and your 1 Sajet. So after you do this at your opponent's end phase, you want to do this at your opponent's end phase or on your turn, after you send, let's just say, Void Vanishment to the graveyard. It doesn't matter which one you send to the graveyard for cost. You send that to the graveyard, and on your turn, you send these 2 to grave, and you special summon out Akashic Magician. Or you send, excuse me, you don't send this to grave. You send the Sajet to grave, and you special summon Akashic Magician up here. So you bounce this and an opponent's monster, you bounce the Decatron back to your hand, then you can normal summon the Decatron back to send from your deck to the graveyard, because you've already sent 2 cards with Decatron to the graveyard initially, which could be something like these 2 to the graveyard, because you're filling up those requirements. So the Decatron now lets you send an additional Infernoid, which gets you exactly what you need in the graveyard. Now, you just tribute this, and you link it away. You link this away, and you summon your copy of Crusadia Equalmax. So either or, whichever position your opponent has a monster in, you special summon it there. Then you use your effects in the graveyard to banish these 2, special summon your Antidel, and then, or excuse me, don't summon Antidel first. Summon Semestus, and then banish these 2 from grave, special summon out Antidel, and then you have this, which is humongous, that's going to be able to swing at your opponent. I mean, this thing is literally sitting at over 7,000. Like, you add, like, it's at 7,400 and can just swing at your opponent. Like, I've been trying to play around with this card to find different ways to be able to play with it, and this is a way to play with it. So that's the quick combo. Basically, all you had to have for that combo to start is any card with a Void Feast that is a Void Spell or Trap card. That's all you have to have, is either this or another copy. Any of these that can be sent to the graveyard for this cost, and then you do that. Like, that's just amazing that this deck can still function that well. So that's it for the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed this deck. It's super, super fun to play around with. That was a little quick combo that I hope you guys enjoyed. And I will start, I'm thinking about doing at 10,000 subscribers, starting to do little combo videos. I don't know yet. I'm playing around that idea, but definitely comment down below. Tell me what you guys think of this video. Tell me what you think of that combo. Definitely give me a like for that combo. Share this video with your friends. Hit that bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.